Welcome to the weekend, guys. I'm MST.TV host Tombox. For the weekend, we like to do something different, perhaps a vlog, or we'll talk about Duel Links, just something different from the TCG, unless of course there's a ban list. But I like to kind of diversify a bit right now, and today we got Duel Links weekend with Taya. Taya. Very good. So in this deck profile, we're going to be talking about counter fairies. Of course, this is not exactly a deck that you can kind of acquire anymore because she was an event, and during that event you can actually farm out most of the counter fairy cards. And why, shout out to why, this is his profile, this is his account, this is the counter fairy deck, and you have to grind out Taya a lot to acquire all these cards. It is very difficult, but it is also very fun to play. So you don't really see a lot of these going around because perhaps it's not the most meta. Right now it's Plant, D Heroes, and I think that's about it. Those are really, really dangerous decks. So without further ado, let's go into this deck profile. Now, the character of choice is Taya. She's the one playing this Tinder app. Why am I calling it Tinder app? Because you love saying no to people. Counter fairies is made up of counter traps and fairies. So the fairies, whenever a counter trap activates, something will happen. Something will trigger that helps you gain even more advantage. And if you have the field spell available, that's even better. Because if you got that field spell, you can actually proc more effects and you don't take damage when you battle with your fairies. So good stuff. Let's get into the ability. Dual Standby. You want more hand, you want to dig more cards. The field spell you don't need to run as much because you have a Searcher now, Zeradius, but most of this deck is pretty difficult to acquire as most of them are super rare. There's like one rare in there, so it's going to be a little difficult. But let's go into this deck profile and how it plays out. I got 3 exciting replays for you guys, so maybe you guys can learn a thing about how to counter the counter fairy. It's going to be quite difficult because they're going to outspeed you. If you guys don't know what spell speed is, this is a spell speed 3 deck. Unless you have another counter trap, you basically can't respond to some of these traps. To kick things off, we have 3 copies of A Tale Saved of the Sky. He's your control card. If you have the field spell out, when you activate a counter trap, you pop a card on the field and you gain 1,000 life, which can give you that scolding activation. Van Doggen's your boss monster, jumps out depending on what type of cards you negate. 3 Zeradius to search out the field spell, and he's 21 beat stick, but he will self-destruct. Be careful with that. 3 Bountiful Artemis. Every counter trap is 1 draw, which is really good. We also have Super Rush Headlong. Remember, this deck isn't full of big body, so you need to protect your monsters. So you can actually just do a type declaration, kill them all. Sanctuary in the Sky, you only need 1 because Zeradius will search him out. That is the benefit of that, so you don't have to clutter your hand with a ton of field spells. Divine Wrath, any counter trap with discard cost is not going to be a problem because you're going to replenish it with Bountiful. Mirror Wall, just for more attack control. Divine Punishment, best 1, negates basically everything as long as you have the Sanctuary of the Sky on the field. And we also have Wall Disruption and the Solemn Scolding. In terms of abilities, Dual Standby, you want extra cards in your hand because without extra cards, it's going to be very difficult to play because if you actually just have a handful of bad cards, it's not good enough. You need a bit of setup to actually get this going. You know what? Let's go into the games. So starting off with a Kaiba versus a Taya. Let's start off a little easy here, and then we'll ease into some of the more fancy games, some of the more hilarious games. I'll do some commentary on the side here, but most of the time I'm just going to let them talk. And
you shouldn't underestimate.
Well, this hand's actually friggin' nutty. So good.
You have the cards to challenge me.
He basically has no access to one of his effects and one of his spells.
My monster's effect activates.
And looking at this, it's actually pretty one-sided at this point. I have a bunch of counter traps, but there's one thing I don't have. I don't have any sort of major protection against basic beat sticks.
I hope you can help me.
So between the choice of Bountiful Artemis and Mateo is going to be the choice.
My turn.
Because Mateo can actually pop cards.
I set a card face down.
So he sets 1, sets 2.
I'll play this. I summon a monster in attack position.
Summon a monster in attack position.
I end my turn.
He didn't attack, which is his mistake, but even if he did attack, he's still going to lose that horse because he'll get negated.
I summon a monster in attack position.
Ooh, so Zeradius now won't kill himself.
Let's do this.
So we get to do a swing for 300.
You think that'll work on me?
Yes, I think that will work on you.
My trap activates.
Oh boy, Wall of Disruption. He's gonna like zero out my monsters. So thanks to Divine Punishment, so everything is a-okay.
What?
Nani? Nani? That's basically what he's saying right now. And Mateo gets to pop the other back row, and we get to swing, killing off his horse and pushing for another 16.
Attack your life points directly.
Oh, bam!
Is that the best you got?
No,
My
it's
turn?
not the best I've
Get
got,
ready.
Kaiba.
My turn.
I was born
Draw.
ready, Kaiba.
Let's do this. I summon a monster in attack position.
Oh, Giga's up. He knows I have no real back row. Oh, he's going to level up.
I know what to do.
Oh.
I activate the face down card. My counter trap activates.
Impossible.
Impossible! So, if he actually just attacked, he would have been so much better off. Yeah, that's not happening. I'm getting more life and I'm popping the field spell, so that's the
It's
end
my
of that.
turn. I draw.
I draw!
Set a card face down.
So he has no cards to play anymore because there's all this holding in the back
I
and...
attack your life points directly.
Oh, exactly 2100 extra DP. Alright, Yugi, let's go! Friendship! My counterfeiters will offer you friendship!
Let me try.
So dual standby once again. Let's see if I get an actually good hand. I don't remember the
You
replay
shouldn't
very well.
underestimate
Wow,
me,
the
because I'm
exact same.
not
Actually, no. I have Mateo, but I do have
I
a
expect nothing
bit more
less than
protection
your
now.
best strategies.
Duel. My turn. My monster's effect activates.
Oh yeah, one thing about the counter fairy deck: if they go first, you're gonna have a very bad time because running them over is very difficult. You need stuff that your opponent can't respond to. So if you've got the
Here we
Gyoko,
go.
the
I
Fire
summon
Fist
a
formation,
monster
you can
in
actually stun the
attack
back row.
position. I set a card face down. I set
This
a
is
card.
so safe
My
right
turn's
now.
over.
Unbelievable.
I draw a card.
He has no activation.
Set
He's
this
losing a card.
face down.
I don't know what you want
Now
me to
is the
say.
time.
No, it's the
I
time.
summon a monster in attack position.
It's time to duel.
Let's battle.
So Arrow Mages, a very popular deck right now, very strong
I attack
deck.
with a monster.
Exactly what I was waiting for.
You get
I reveal my face down card.
Wall of
My
Disruption.
trap activates.
Well, that's gonna take a sad turn for him.
It's not over yet. My turn is done.
Here I go.
If he,
It's my
it's
turn.
actually the
I
correct move for him
draw.
to attack because if it's just a bunch of counter
I
trap,
summon
there's
a
like
monster
nothing.
In attack position.
So now he's gonna die,
Let's battle. Let's do this.
or is he?
I attack your life points directly.
Exactly what I was waiting for. I use my face down card.
Unfortunately, that's actually going to kill him.
I activate a face down
Due to the
card.
fact that my boss monster's in town, you do not activate random. No way! You don't activate random cards when it comes to counter fairies, because the more you
My
do,
monster's effect activates.
the more you sink
Here
down
I
lower
go.
into the
I special
abyss.
Summon a monster. My monster's effect activates.
And because I popped a trap, it doesn't really matter. And now I got more than enough damage to
Still
take you
turn
out.
this duel around.
Looks like you're going down. My monster attacks
What a
your life
struggle.
points directly.
Oh man! Zero Diaz! Wing smack him in the face! But yeah, there goes Yugi. Next one. So, alright, for this last one, it's actually quite funny. How appropriate, Bandit Keith.
Maybe.
It's like a little fuzzy on my little green screen here. Okay.
You
Oh,
shouldn't
my headphones look
underestimate me
terrible.
because I'm not planning to duel.
It's my turn.
So this time I actually don't go first.
I set a
And in this build I do have a Sphere Karibo in there.
I set a card.
So I don't have the field spell this time.
Summon a mon's battle. Let's
And
do
I've Battle for
this.
Artemis, attack into an alien. So alien's also a very popular deck because they are really annoying.
It's my turn.
And they can actually OTK you pretty easily. Especially with the Brainwash Beam.
Watch this. I special summon a monster.
I should do something.
And let's pay... Say what? Paying a 3,000 life for a negation of that summon is absolutely worth it because I get a draw.
A monster.
Now if I activate my next counter trap, it's going to ruin
I'm
it.
not giving up.
But that's the only thing I can get there.
From my hand.
And top deck Sanctuary of the Sky, it's basically good game for this guy.
I hope you can help me. I summon a set a card.
This is a perfect setup. When you have Battle Pole and you have the tail on the field, it's over.
I'm done with my turn.
you need a lava golem right now.
Watch this. I set a card face down.
I'm not giving up.
So it's still kind of dangerous sitting at like 1,000 life points. So I'm gonna crash and then we're gonna swing. So it's only 16. He's going to live right now. He's definitely gonna live. But no, decide to go in to do some extra moves. This is like
Activate a quick play
I
spell.
activate
no.
a face down card. My counter trap activates.
My counter trap activates. No way! It's like those children's commercials. No way!
My
Wow.
monster's effect activates.
So Vandalga gets to come out.
My monster's effect activates.
If you negate a spell, you get the burn of
I
15.
actually lose?
Yeah.
Impossible! How could I lose?
There's nothing to it but to do it.
Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Until next time, don't forget to hold on to your MST.TV and check out the weekday videos of regular Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. See you next time. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please drop us a like so we know we are doing a good job. And you can also subscribe to MST.TV for more fantastic videos by clicking on the button on the left. Don't forget to check out our partners at Imperium Duelist. They make really high quality mats, including some of my own limited edition release stuff. And if you want to check out one of our past videos, click here on the right. As always, don't forget to hold on to your MST.TV, and I'll see you next time.